you be successful at your cleaning every month. We're going to spend some time with you this evening to tell you about certain things to pay attention to while you are doing your cleaning check. This is called the entryway. For those of you who don't know, the first thing to pay attention to is these light plates. They get very dirty. Then the handles. Don't let any pizza stains or salad dressing get on them, so you have to wipe them clean. Then the last thing is to edge the corners of the floor and to vacuum them.
Hello, I'm Lottie. We're going to talk about the kitchen a little bit. The first thing is the fridge and freezer. You're going to want to throw away anything that's old or gross or smelly. It should not have a smell. You're going to want to clean the gaskets. Make sure they're nice and clean. Make sure every flat surface is clean of spills and dust. If that includes the top or the front or the side, that's what you need to do. You'll also want to make sure if there are any spills on the glass that you clean it very carefully. Do not put it into hot water, it will shatter and you will pay for a new one. So be careful with the glass in there. Next we come to the oven and the stove. You're going to clean the range top first. You're going to make sure it's not greasy. Make sure there's no grease hanging from here. You're going to just clean every surface. These come out and allow you to clean the pans beneath them. So you'll want to make sure you clean those, dry them well before you put them back on. This lifts so that you can clean beneath it, make sure any spills are gone. And you'll open the oven if there are spills or it needs to be cleaned. You may need to do a cleaning cycle, but for the most part it should be all right. The last thing you'll want to do is check below here for any crumbs or dirty spills. Lastly, in the kitchen, we're going to talk about the microwave. Make sure the outside is clean, make sure the inside is clean. This tray is removable, so you may clean it better. Thank you.
Kitchen part 2! Alright, first is the sink. What you're going to do is make sure all of your dishes are out of the sink and it's wiped out of any grease or spaghetti, red goo or empty tuna cans. You don't want anything in there. Make sure it's all wiped down. Next is the dishwasher. So you're going to want to make sure all of your dishes are empty and put away, unlike this one. Also, if you do not use the dishwasher, please run the cycle through once a week. That way, it won't get all moldy. Next, the counters. Please wipe them off. Please make sure there's no breadcrumbs when we come through and wipe our hands across them. All right, perfect. Second to last thing are these wonderful cupboards. Your nice hands open and close these all day long and they get a little greasy, so make sure you wipe them off. Also, if you have crumbs, that's what they're called, inside, wipe them off. Last thing in the kitchen, the floor. So what you're going to do is you're going to sweep and mop the floor. We have provided mops, buckets and brooms for you to do that. Quick tip, if you take the Clorox wipe and you spot mop it, it should be easier to mop.
To the living room. The first thing you'll do in here is vacuum the floors. You need to make sure you get the corners as well as under the couches if they need them. You'll also remove the cushions of the couch and vacuum beneath them. That will take us here to the dining room table. In the dining room table you want to make sure it's clean of any grease or spots or food. We don't want to see your food unless it's brand new prepared for us. So clean it off the chairs if you need to, vacuum beneath it. And that completes the living room.
Next is the bathroom. Alright, first thing is the shower. What you're going to do is pay attention to the walls. We provide you a Doodlebug. It's in every vacuum closet. That's what you're going to scrub the walls with. Okay, then you're going to pay attention to the floor. Make sure there's no soap scum or anything. Scope scum is what we call it in Heritage. And then you're going to also, last thing is pay attention to the stainless steel in the shower and make sure all the hard water spots are out of that. Next is the toilet. We all love and hate the toilet. What you're going to do is you're going to lift this up. You're going to clean the bowl, everything around, even underneath the bowl, and make sure everything is spotless and white. Next, the sink. You're going to scrub around all over here. Make sure you pay attention to the faucet underneath each of these things, and then the little drain part that's steel, make sure you pay attention to that as well. Also, you're going to do the window. You just simply get some window cleaner, scrub it clean, make sure all the little toothbrush spots are out of it. Next is the utility shelf. Make sure you wipe that off. That's a very commonly missed item. Just scrub it with some window cleaner, I would suggest. Lastly is the floor. Make sure you mop and sweep.
Welcome to the bedroom. The biggest thing in here is going to be the floors. You'll make sure you vacuum the main part as well as under your bed if it needs, as well as the corners. Those are important. With the desk, as well as the rest of the room, you want to wipe it down so it's free of dust. Put everything in its place neatly and put it away. At the window, you will wash both parts of the windowsill to remove dust.
Next is the vanity. We're so excited to show you this. So what you're going to do is clean and wipe off the cupboards. Make sure if you have contacts you get all that saline residue off. You're going to do the sinks, clean them out, wipe them out, make sure you pay attention to the faucets again. And use window cleaner for the windows. Next, the very, very most common missed item in an apartment, especially vanity, is these nice, beautiful shelves. Make sure you take all the stuff out and wipe it off. It gets really dusty if you don't do it. And then last is vacuum underneath the vanity, as there's carpet there. So everything is in tip-top shape.
Our final piece is the closet and hallways. This closet is a good example of a pretty neat and organized closet. You'll need to make sure it's neat and organized, throw away any extra bags or randomness, and clean any spills that occur. Often people miss vacuuming the hallway as well as vacuuming the edges of the hallway. Be sure to get the edges with the Mighty Mite and clean very well. You'll also want to make sure you clean any noticeable spots or stains or spills on the ceilings and the walls, as well as the vents. There are many vents throughout the apartment. Each of those needs to be cleaned. You may vacuum them with the Mighty Mite or wipe them with the rag. That concludes our cleaning for today. We are very glad that you watched. Thank you for giving us your time. We wish you a good cleaning check this month.